How the Blind Seer with Mystical Powers Healed the Prince. Part 2. Ada, the palace maid, ran as fast as she could without looking back, even though she didn't know where she was running to, but she was determined to get away from the guards and save her life. The guards ran after her, but couldn't catch up with her. They knew they will be in big trouble if Aku, the royal high chief, finds out that Ada had escaped and was not thrown into the dark forest like he instructed. The guards wondered what their fate will be. Aku, the royal high chief, who advises the king, was feared in the entire Odum kingdom. He had the ears of the king and would sometimes make self-serving recommendations to the king. He recommended that Ike, a harmless blind seer, be thrown into the dark forest on allegations that he was conspiring to dethrone the king. He also later alleged that Ike's friend, Ada, who was a palace maid, conspired against the king too and recommended that she should also be thrown into the dark forest. Ada escaped from the guards on their way to the dark forest. She ran into the bush and wouldn't stop for fear that the guards will catch her. When she got far away from the road leading to the dark forest, she decided to rest under a big tree and think about her next move. Meanwhile, the guards that Aku sent to throw Ada, the palace maid, into the dark forest returned, and when Aku found out that Ada escaped from their custody, he became very angry and asked some guards to lock them up in the palace cell. It happened that one of the guards that was locked up in a cell was the princess's favorite guard. He found favor in the eyes of the princess because of the way he greets her every morning when she takes her morning walk around the palace garden. The princess was not happy the next morning when she went for her usual morning walk and did not see the guard who usually greets her specially and rains praises on her. When the princess inquired about the guard, she was told that he was locked up in a cell for failing to properly carry out Aku's instructions. The princess went to the cell to see her favorite guard. He told her everything that happened and informed the princess that Ada and Ike were innocent and couldn't hurt a fly. The guard also informed the princess of Aku's wicked deeds and envy towards Ike. The princess listened and promised to talk to her father, the king, about releasing him and the other guards. When the princess went to the king, she told him everything that the guard had narrated to her. She pleaded with the king to order their release. Seeing that this means so much to the princess, the king immediately ordered that the guards be released and brought to him at once. The king listened to the guards as they narrated their story about Ada's escape and the tyrant behavior of Aku towards Ike and his kindred, Orizu. "Go and find Ada and bring her to me," the king ordered after listening to the guards' narratives. "I want you to be gentle with her when you find her. Let her know that I want to help her and her friend, the seer," he added. The guards went out in search of Ada. They looked for her in nearby streams and bushes and couldn't find her. They started going door to door, knocking in each kindred in Odum Kingdom. They alerted the town crier to announce that the king would like to see Ada and that anyone who knows her whereabout should come forward and inform the king. For 3 days, the town crier repeated the announcement at the request of the guards and hoped that Ada will show up. When Aku, the royal high chief, learned that the king was looking for Ada, he decided to find her first in order to conceal his oppressive behavior and wicked deeds and throw her into the dark forest. So, Aku got a few warriors together who were loyal to him, and he instructed them to find Ada before the palace guards finds her. He promised them that he would reward them handsomely if they helped him cover his wicked deeds so that the king will not find out. As Ada rested under the tree, she wondered what her fate will be if the guards find her and throw her into the dark forest. She didn't have to think for long, because she suddenly found herself surrounded by some men. She was surprised that it wasn't the palace guards but warriors. "These are the warriors that work with Chief Aku," she thought to herself. She wondered what the warriors will do to her. The warriors told her to get up, and they grabbed both of her arms. Their grip was so tight that she was unable to break away from them and run like she did with the palace guards. Meanwhile, Ike the blind seer has been staring at the sky, commanding rain to fall so as to rescue an innocent woman. He stared at the sky until it started raining heavily. Ike had since left the dark forest to return to Odum Kingdom because he felt that he has an unfinished business in Odum Kingdom to rescue the royal family from the wicked plots of Aku, the royal high chief. As the warriors walked with Ada, it started to rain heavily. A thunderstorm followed, causing the warriors to look for shelter, and the second they let go of Ada's arms, she quickly took off and ran away. Ada kept running until she got to a place where she felt safe. She looked back, and seeing that no one was chasing after her, she completely stopped running and took shelter under a tree. She was so tired that she fell asleep. When Ada woke up under the tree, she felt the presence of someone as she tried to sit up. When she turned around, she was surprised to see Ike sitting there under the tree with her. "How did you find me?" Ada asked. "I didn't know when I fell asleep. I must have slept for a long time," she added. "It's okay. I've been here for a while now." "What brings you here?" Ike asked. Ada told Ike everything that transpired with her, Aku and the king, and how she escaped from the guards that were instructed to throw her into the dark forest. Ike listened and empathized with her and reassured her that everything will be all right. As they hung out in the bushes near the dark forest, Ike told Ada that he could sense danger nearby. He told Ada to help him get some herbs that were nearby, and he dropped some juice from the herbs into a calabash cup filled with water. "What is this for?" asked Ada. "It's for the king's enemies," Ike replied. "It is a truth serum, and we are going to set a trap for them." He continued, "They are fast approaching, and once they drink from this calabash, they will have no option but to reveal their secrets and innermost thoughts." When the warriors sent by Aku approached the bushes, Ada and Ike hid behind a big tree so they will not be found. The warriors, seeing the calabash with water, took a sip each. All of a sudden, they started to talk about their plots with Aku to dethrone the king. The truth serum made them to reveal lots of secrets while Ada and Ike listened as they hid behind a humongous tree. Ada and Ike came out from hiding when the warriors finally left. They decided to go to the palace so that Ike will help heal the prince who was suffering from an unknown illness. On their way to the palace, they were accosted by the palace guards who did not recognize that it was Ada and Ike at first. Ada was scared because of how the guards approached them, but Ike reassured her that the guards meant no harm. Upon confirming their identity, the guards led Ada and Ike to the palace. At the palace, Ada introduced Ike to the king. "Your Majesty," she said, "this is the blind seer that I told you about earlier. He can help to heal the prince." "I thought he was thrown into the dark forest," the king said. "How did you survive without your eyesight?" he asked Ike. "My ancestors were with me, Your Majesty," said Ike. "No harm will come to me, as I have done no wrong to you, my king, and your household. If you are able to help the prince, I will give you a portion of my kingdom," said the king. "That won't be necessary, my king. I am here to be of service to you and the entire Odum kingdom," Ike replied. The king gave his blessings for Ike to do what he needs to heal the prince. Ike asked the palace workers to get some herbs, blend them together, juice it, and give it to the prince daily for 3 days. After the 3rd day, the prince started to move around and slowly regained his speech. The king was very happy and ordered everyone to prepare for a feast on the 7th day to celebrate the prince's recovery and to honor Ike, the blind seer. During the celebration of the prince's recovery, the king made an announcement that he would like to honor Ike, the blind seer, by giving him a portion of his kingdom for healing the prince and heir apparent to the throne. Ike quickly informed the king that he had no intention of taking the king's offer because what he did was expected of him by his ancestors. The prince insisted that Ike must accept a gift from the royal household. Surprisingly, Ike agreed that he would only accept a gift of his choice from the king. He told the king that what he was about to request might not please the king. "Out with it," the king said. "I will keep my word because you healed my son, the prince." To everyone's surprise, Ike asked the king if he could have the hand of the princess in marriage. "Never!" everyone heard Aku yell as he walked into the courtyard. "He is not worthy to have the princess's hand in marriage, and he is a traitor." Everyone in the courtyard started to whisper. "What are you talking about?" the king asked Aku. Aku went on a tirade against Ike and continued to spew many accusations and lies against him until the king asked him to stop. Ada then stepped forward and told everyone that Aku was accusing Ike falsely and that Aku is the one who is plotting to dethrone the king. She recounted what she and Ike heard the warriors confess in the bush. Everyone looked shocked as Ada revealed everything that she heard the warriors say, although Aku interrupted her several times to stop her from talking, but the king called him to order. The king asked Ike if what Ada said she heard from the warriors was true, and Ike confirmed that it was true. Just then, the warriors walked into the courtyard. They announced that they have something to tell the king. The warriors confessed all their wicked plots with Aku to dethrone the king. They revealed that Aku was responsible for the prince's ill health. They said that Aku knew that Ike the blind seer is the only one who could heal the prince, and that was why he wanted Ike out of the picture to ensure that the prince and heir apparent to the throne will not be well enough to ascend the throne. Everyone, including the king, was surprised to hear the horrific confessions of the warriors. Ada and Ike knew that the truth serum that the warriors ingested was still active, and that explained why they willingly confessed their wicked plans in the presence of everyone. "I have heard enough," the king said. "Take them away," he ordered, and the guards took Aku and the warriors away. "Let's continue with the celebration," said the king. At the end of the day, the princess accepted Ike's proposal, and to everyone's astonishment, Ike regained his eyesight. It happened that the princess's acceptance of Ike's marriage proposal was the only way he could regain his eyesight. The prince later proposed to Ada that same day, and she said yes. There was a big joy and jubilation in the palace as they celebrated a double engagement of the prince and the princess. They all lived happily ever after. The end.